7 agenda.
7 promises from leaders and 7 citizen codes.
Equality, democracy, entrepreneurship, employment, peace and security, inclusivity, justice, meritocracy. Now the Niger promises. Security concern now all of us. No they complain about Niger, complaining no they change our mode. If you be true Nigerian, if you be Ubonga Niger. If we want better tomorrow, now we go make them work today. Hey, 7 promises them don't talk 7 codes, now we go do our more. No they wait, no they look face. Join body, make we run the race. Now you and me, now you and me, now you and me. Go fix our Niger. Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Cross River, Delta, Edo and Rivers. Make we run the race. Now you and me, now you and me, now you and me. Go fix our Niger.
If we be true Nigerians, we go rise hand in hand, uphold the 7 for 7 agenda for Niger, our hope, our pride, and our strength.
Powered by National Orientation Agency.
This is Health Check, your weekly guide to better living, smarter choices, and trusted answers. From everyday wellness to urgent health issues, we've got you covered. Health Check, only on Voice of the People Television, where your health has a voice.
The red carpets, awards, the razzmatazz, music, fashion, interviews, and more. Spotlight on Voice of the People Television. Let's feed you with all the juicy stories in the global entertainment space, bringing you the glitz and glamour as they hot. Stay tuned to Spotlight, 1 p.m. Monday to Friday. Spotlight on VOP TV. Entertainment like never before.
This is African News on Voice of the People Television, where we don't just bring you the news, we bring you Africa's heartbeats, the policies that shapes our world, and the economy that determines our future. African News on Voice of the People Television. Stay with us.
We encourage you to click on the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Voice of the People TV. Also follow us on all our social media platforms. We are at VOP TV Live. Visit our website www.vop.ng for fresh and trending news. Also watch us live on SLTV channel 264, VOP TV, Voice of the People Television.
Behind every broken desk lies a broken promise. Education shapes the nations, but who is asking the right questions? Introducing Edu Dialogue, the show that goes beyond the surface, exposes the cracks, the corruption, and the silence in Nigeria's education system. Edu Dialogue, Saturdays, 3 p.m., only on VOP TV. We break the biggest stories, from missing funds to policy failures. We ask the tough questions and demand real answers. Edu Dialogue, this Saturday, 3 p.m. on Voice of the People Television.
A very good evening to you and welcome to another exciting episode of The Issues on Voice of the People Television, where we bring you the most important and pressing issues shaping our nation today. I am your host, Nenna Ndomdioto. Today on The Issues, we're examining the complexities of Nigeria's politics and governance. From Northern Khan criticizing police for denying Kaduna abduction, to court granting 100 million naira bail to Bauchi Finance Commission. Also, ADC may suffer mass defections if Atiku gets ticket, and that is said by Hakeem Baba Ahmed. And finally, court orders recognition of Labour Party Nenadi Usman's chairmanship. Join us as we break down the fact and provide context to help you stay informed. We'll take a short break, and when we return, we'll dig deeper into these topics. Don't go away. Glad to have you back. Let's dive straight into today's discussion. We begin tonight with major developments in Kaduna State, where authorities have confirmed the abduction of worshippers from a local community in Kajuru, reversing earlier denials and drawing sharp criticism from religious leaders. After initially denying the incident, Nigeria Police Force confirmed that worshippers were abducted from a community in Kajuru in Kaduna State, explaining that an unspecified number of church members were taken after gunmen stormed the area. Reacting to the police confirmation, the Northern Christian Association of Nigeria, NCAN, has issued a stinging rebuke of security agencies, calling them a total failure for initially dismissing reports of the abduction, a move the group says undermined public confidence and delayed emergency response effort. NCAN leaders said initial denial compounded the trauma of families waiting for news of their loved ones, urging a more transparent and proactive security posture in Kaduna and other troubled states. Today, I'm delighted to be joined by two distinguished guests. Here in the studio, we have Dr. Peter Anosike. Dr. Anosike is a philosopher, development economist, and best-selling author. He's also an erudite commentator on economy, finance, politics, and power. He's also the author of the most talked about book titled Abuse of Power, How Democracy Turned into Tyranny of the Few. Glad to have you join us, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Joining us virtually, we have Andrew Ajayi. He is a public affairs commentator, a peace and development expert. Also, he is the lead advocate, Character Reformation Nigeria. Glad to have you join us, sir.
It's my pleasure, and good greetings to our viewers.
Thank you. Let me start with you. This particular case of kidnap or abduction, yesterday we heard that so I think started from Sunday night. It happened on Sunday, actually. There were cases of, there were three churches, persons were abducted. And then we saw a back and forth. We saw a a denial by the police and, of course, the state government. And now they have come out to say that, yes, truly, almost 2 days after, they're coming out to say that, yes, there was an abduction. And now Northern Khan is actually criticizing the police and all of that. What do you make of this new development about the turn of event?
Thank you very much. As far as I'm concerned, I have been, as I watch Nigeria, our country, and all the various agencies of government that are in the country and their operations, I want to say that what the security agents do, especially relating with the question you've asked, is, to say the least, very, very sorry. Appalling, and not giving us much to be happy about. It leaves much to be desired, because how can we be a people in a nation that has different types of security agents, be it police, army, Navy, Air Force, DSS, NIA, just name them. And when something happens to Nigerians, wherever they are located in the country, maybe because these security agents are not actually on ground doing their job, because of a truth, the Nigerian police is the one that ought to be policing us in the civil society that we find ourselves. But from what I see of the Nigerian police force, they are not even interested in the security of lives and properties of members of the public, in the sense that they don't take their duties seriously. In Port Harcourt, where we are, you see policemen from morning till night. All they do is mount roadblock, collect 200 naira from motorists, as if that is the primary thing for which they were employed. And I used to say, even when I'm driving my private car, or when I'm even in a public transport, I see all these things, and I'll be wondering in my heart of hearts to say, if anything is even happening in the country now, look at what police are here concentrating on, that the real security for which they were employed to take care of, to develop, to think tank, to reason critically, so that they can have plan A, B, C, or even D or X, Y, Z of plans to counter any type of insecurities against the Nigerian citizen. But what are we talking? All these things are not there. So if such is happening, and at the end of the day, you are hearing one comment of approval or one comment of denial from the Nigerian security agents, it is because they are not on ground. If they are actually on ground, they will be the first to either nip that thing in the bud. That insecurity that want to happen. It is also in the purview, responsibility of our security agencies to nip all these things in the bud, rather than allowing them to happen to citizens before they will now be reactionary. They will now be doing reaction or reactionary, security. What Nigerian security people do is that they react to an already committed crime and criminalities against the Nigerian. And it is not good enough. So if they are hearing me today, I am advocating clearly to say enough of all this reactionary type of security over the lives and properties of Nigerians. But rather, if any terrorist group, any ISWAP, any Boko Haram, any armed robber, or any kidnapper, before they are coming out to say they want to carry out this crime and criminalities against Nigerians, these security agencies too should have gotten this information firsthand Whether you like it or not, if they like, let them say that they are not spirits. Why are they employed? They are employed so that they can become spirits to know what crime and what criminals are actually planning by getting involved in new communication gadgets, satellite, everything that has to do with fighting of crime. So for me, it is not the first time we are seeing Nigerian security agencies, when things happens to Nigerians, excruciating things, life-depriving things, they will come out and be speaking from the two sides of their mouth. They will deny before they will not come to agree. They may even come to agree first before they even deny. That has been the story of the Nigerian security situation. But I can only hope and believe and pray to God that as we move on in this country, the people who are in our security agencies should borrow a leaf from what is happening in Western world and now begin to do the needful so that the hitherto lost confidence in our security agencies will now be, properly done. Because there is supposed to be good synergy between the police, the DSS, before even now having to come to talk about the army. What is the responsibility of our DSS people? A lot of them are following politicians up and down, wearing those big jackets and carrying guns. That is one of the reasons that they can't get intelligence. They can't get it. But if they truly concentrate and focus on their job, other than following politicians up and down, and police too, not collecting money from motorists, but focusing on their job, new best practices, I tell you, it can only be better if they did all these things that I'm telling you.
Okay, I was actually going to ask a follow-up question, but you responded a bit about it while you were talking. But I don't mind if you can speak more about it. While you were talking, you talked about the police being able, having the knowledge about any activity before they are actually being carried out. But with this initial denial, and then of course followed by confirmation that we get to see all the time in our society or in the country, what does this say about intelligence and communication within Nigeria security architecture, the police, the DSS, the military, and all?
Thank you very much. You see, even in my book that I wrote, that I entitled The Nigerian versus Corruption, Who Wins? I had explained some of these answers or comments I am making here long ago, in addition to the ones that I already told you earlier that is prompting you to re-ask me the question again. It is very simple. They are not focused. You can imagine police officers who are employed to protect lives and properties. That is their basic responsibility, but they are not doing it. Come to Port Harcourt here. Pass from Port Harcourt as if you are going to Edo State on the road. Also pass from Edo State as if you are going to Abuja. Then up to the point of as if you are getting to Kaduna. You will see that the Nigerian police officers are not interested even in the security of lives and property. They just pretend to mount roadblocks. Those roadblocks, what they do there majorly is money collection. Search around the bush area, search around their pockets, you will see what we are saying. A security agent who is on the road, who claims to be protecting lives and properties, have monies filled in their pockets. During the course of filling their pockets with this money that they collected from drivers and motorists, do you know that someone could have been kidnapped and kept inside the boot? Someone could have been kidnapped and put in a tinted glasses vehicle, only for the people to hand out 200 naira, 500 naira to these same police persons on the checkpoint. Even these army officers too, who mount checkpoints. At the end of the day, the criminals will just move away smoothly because they've already given the security agents what they truly want by mounting these various roadblocks. Apart from this, you see, to even be mounting roadblocks in these recent times has become obsolete because Nigeria as a country is refusing to do the needful in terms of high-tech security apparatus that is provided in society to secure lives and properties. So for me, it is anything that they do, but I only just believe that as we gradually come to this consciousness, maybe we will have, a better security situation. The main thing is all our security agents, be it the military, the armed forces that comprises of Army, Navy, Air Force, then now talk of DSS and the police, civil defense, NSCDC. It is high time for them to refocus. Let them get their focus right and now begin to actually do their responsibility, in the sense that if they do, they will now see that they have more than enough capacity to nip in the bud crimes and criminalities that have been perpetrated, planned and perpetrated in our country against Nigerian innocent citizens that lose their lives every now and then. What is wrong, for instance, that criminals are planning? Before they even rise up from that their planning room, they are just surrounded by police officers, by DSS, who says you are under arrest. Raise your hand up, drop your weapons, you are under arrest. Any move that you move, you will be gunned down. And you surround all these people, and you take their arms and ammunition, you send them to jail. But no, that does not happen. It is only when all these crime and criminalities have happened that you will see police drive down to the place. What happened? What happened? What happened? The people will now start explaining to the police, to the security agencies. They will now start arresting anybody that they see or they find in that place, who will now come back again to now be bailing themselves of huge sums of money before they can leave the police cells. That is the ugly story of the security agencies we have in our land.
Okay, thank you for your submission. Let me come to the studio now. Dr. Anosike, we talked about this particular story yesterday, and we talked about the fact that you had some narratives about all of this, and now the police has come out to say, according to Benjamin Hundeyin, he said that the reason they denied at first is for them to at least, he said it was intended to prevent unnecessary panic. And then again, he went ahead to say that it was not a denial of the incident, but a measured response, pending confirmation of details. But if you are trying to investigate, even if, Andrew had already said, he talked about the fact that the police should even get to know about these things before they come up. But if at all they didn't know anything about it, and you want to confirm, should you vehemently deny, like we saw the Kaduna commissioner vehemently deny? He actually said that those people who were saying that the abductions happened did not know what they were saying. That's paraphrasing and now they're coming out to say that yes, it actually happened. Let me even hear your opinion. What do you make of this?
Well, for me, what the Nigeria police did was very, very shameful. And they should start by apologizing to Nigerians, because it is not everything that you cover. It is not, these are human beings with relations abducted from churches. It is not everybody in the church that was abducted. So there's no way it will not leak. So this shows you that the Nigeria police, that they are not intelligent. There's no iota of intelligence in them. We are human beings with relations, both nuclear and extended family. You cannot cover it, you cannot hide it. So what they should, and Hundeyi's response was even stupidity on his own part. We don't have enough police to guard everybody. the truth is that by Monday, the names of those that were abducted has already been published. And this is what they don't know. The American congressman has already condemned this before 12 noon on Monday. Roy Monday has already condemned this by 12 noon. And Nigeria police are still living in denial, trying that to cover what has become an international news. So the issue is this: they should apologize and then find a way to get those people released. Understand? Either by calling their phone numbers because they know them. Understand me? Either by calling their phone numbers and begging them to release those people for the sake of their image. For the sake of their image. Because it's not everything that $9 million can cover. This government are being, their weaknesses are being exposed on a daily basis. Their hypocrisies are being exposed on a daily basis. So what they should do, especially the commissioner of police in Kaduna, what he should do is to apologize to the people. And this is going to affect the intelligent gathering between communities, between organizations and the police. Understand? Since it's so obvious that they are not transparent, they are not sincere. When something as open as more than 150 people being kidnapped, and you are saying that nobody was kidnapped, that's just a propaganda. So if another thing happens, nobody will want to give you that information. So I thank God for social media, because if it's only the legacy media, understand, Nigerians would not have known what happened, because Tinubu has held meeting. In 2 years, he has held meeting with Newspaper Owners Association of Nigeria, their chairman. Understand? So that's why most of the things that are happening in the country, the legacy media, the traditional media are not reporting them, because they are now in the pocket of the president. And if not because of social media, you would not have heard this. If not because of social media, 1 million people will be abducted in Nigeria. No national newspaper will say anything about it. So, but there's no way they can shut social media up. So, denying when their social media and other forms of communication cannot help. So, the only thing for them is to become transparent. I have said over and over, I don't trust Nigeria police. I don't trust them because from their from their training ground, they are trained how to lie. From their lying is one of the trainings that policemen receive, how to lie. Just like senior military officers are taught deception. Understand me? As a junior officer, you are taught obeying orders. As a senior military officer, you are taught deception. Understand? So these are part of their training. But it's not everywhere that this thing works. It can work in your police station, it can work in your cell, but it cannot work in public space.
Okay, one of the things that the CAN chairman said is that these denials had actually slowed down responses or rescue operations, rather, because really, if they had acted upon that information, probably, as in, like, they would have maybe if in Sena climb, maybe they would have actually gotten I've gotten track of these people.
It will slow down the rescue because it's a wrong information. I said, just like maybe fire is burning somewhere, fire servicemen are preparing that to go and stop it. You hear, it's not true. Understand me? It's not true. So you have that to wait that to get another order. So that information must have aided their escape because every 10 minutes, every 20 minutes, will help in their escape, even though they operated for more than 5 hours without being confronted. Understand? Because 3
churches,
different churches, understand? And they were able to comfortably, I don't know whether or they are putting them in their pockets and escape, understand? So one, Bayo Ononoga should tell the DSS that to call them and release them. That's all I want.
Okay, let's come to you. Let's come to you, Andrew. With all of this, how do you think security agencies can begin to rebuild trust with communities when even their own statements are inconsistent? Because really, there's a need for communities to be able to trust our security agencies. But now we see that we don't even have trust in the security agencies anymore, and Nigerians don't even have trust in them. But how can they begin to rebuild trust to ensure that their own statements, or when their own statements rather, are inconsistent?
Well, thank you very much. I know that we can have a new Nigerian nation. There is a time in the life of a nation where things will start, run smoothly, and everybody will be happy. According to one of the great philosophers, who says that the essence of government is nothing more than the happiness, bringing about the happiness of the greatest number of the people in the society, which also include bringing about hope, bringing about support, bringing about welfare, and of course, security. If government can make it happen, can prevent the losses of lives and properties the way it has not done, or it has not been able to do so far so good. If government can begin to do well in this regard, then our governments can be regarded as a good government, as a better government, as a best government. Okay? Because we can't continue to, be hanky-pankyous, hanky-panky to our citizens. The truth of the matter is, if 165 persons were taken away, just like the way Chibok girls were packed inside vehicles and taken away into Sambisa's forest, that they eventually now became, unfortunately, wives or girls who now were being slept with to produce children for the Boko Haram ISWAP people. Oh my God. And the government of the day that time, the security agencies of the day that time that existed in Dikwa, Dapchi, in Borno State, couldn't see those people. This one in Kaduna now, the one that is happening in Kebbi, the one that happens in maybe Sokoto, Zamfara, Plateau, Benue, our security agents don't see all these people. The one that happened in Kwara, where they killed a lot of people inside the church, our security agencies didn't see it. Then the question now is, where is the Nigerian police? Where is the NSCDC, the civil defense that ought to be defending us? Police securing us. Where are they? Where are they, for God's sake? So the issue of confidence, Nigerians don't have any confidence in any security agencies now. The confidence that we used to have is, of course, on the Nigerian army. We don't know whether we even have confidence on the Air Force because we've not seen them throw any bomb. Any bomb is reported to have been thrown by Air Force on our behalf so that we can begin to clap for them and appreciate them. We don't also know what Navy is doing with our waterways, whether they are indeed doing their best to secure us from territorial aggressions. Because people can come in from all other parts of
Okay, we seem to have lost connection with our guest. We would get to connect with him when the connection gets better. Let's move on to the next story, still on security. Justice Mohammed Umar of the Federal High Court, sitting in Abuja, has granted 100 million naira bail to the Bauchi State Finance Commissioner, who is standing trial on allegations of $9.7 million terrorism financing. The accused was arraigned on charges that include alleged facilitation of funds linked to terrorism-related activities, which he claims or which he has actually denied. In a ruling, Justice Umar held that Adamu and his co-defendants had placed sufficient materials before the court for the court to exercise its discretion in their favor judicially and judiciously. Dr. Anosike, before we move on to other things, let's just quickly talk about this this particular story. Should people cases of terrorism financing case, should they be granted bail? You know, isn't this being stalled for too long? Now the trial has been adjourned to February. Isn't it pushing this thing and making this thing more like elongating it? Well,
the governor has said that the charges are neither here nor there. And the governor is the chief executive officer of the state, the chief finance officer of the state, and he has said that this is that they are trying to use his commissioner for finance to get at him. Understand? And he has pointed at Nyesom Wike as being behind it. So the issue is this: one, every accused is deemed innocent until found guilty. And the judge said that they have put that enough material on ground to ensure that whenever they are needed, they will be in the court. So they are not running away. And the 100 million naira fine, understand, is a big one. And mind you, that was also 100 million that they gave to Nnamdi Kanu then, which engineer that Abarebe stood there for the the issue. I'm sure that they must have seized his international passport and other relevant documents. But the message, his principal said that those allegations are business. So it is the court that would determine whether the young man is engaged in terrorism and financing or not. But I always ask, for what purpose? Understand me? That is always my question. I remember many years ago when somebody that's as an editor with the Sun newspaper, somebody sent a mail to me that Babangida is our sponsor. Understand me? The purported written by a Boko Haram person that Babangida that's Ibrahim Babangida is their sponsor. So I asked myself, what will Babangida benefit by sponsoring Boko Haram? One, he doesn't want to be president. So why should he sponsor a sergeant? So it is the court that will decide whether the guy is guilty or not. But my concern is let the trial or whatever be free, fair, transparent.
But do you actually see the trial being free, fair, and transparent, like you mentioned?
The governor has said that the guy is being used to get at him. So it depends on who is on the other side. So in Nigeria, we don't have any justice system. What we have is a legal system. And personally, I don't believe in the Nigeria judiciary. I don't believe in the Nigerian judiciary at all, because what they are reading in the court is opinions of some people. What they are reading in the court is opinion of some people. Some time ago, Nelson Wike boasted that they influenced the local government autonomy in Osun, which means what the judge read in the court was Nelson Wike's opinion. And that's what has happened in many of the judgments in the country.
But you wouldn't really have proof for that, of this accusation or allegation on
He
the court.
says so.
I'm talking about you saying that they are reading like somebody else's statement or somebody else's.
When Wike told the National Secretary of APC that what they are enjoying in Osun now, that he didn't know how it come about, that it was them that influenced it. What does that mean? So most of the judgments being read in the court are opinions of some people, just like the one that James Omotosho read on Nnamdi Kanu. The judgment was not based on the evidence before the court, but rather opinion of some people. And that's what has been happening in most of the judgments in the country.
Okay, let's move on to political matters. Our former special advisor on political affairs in the vice president's office, Hakeem Baba Ahmed, says the ADC could suffer mass defections if Atiku emerges as its flag bearer following a national convention. Speaking on a televised interview, Baba Ahmed argued that Atiku is strongly positioned to clinch the ticket should the party proceed with a convention, a process the former vice president reportedly favors. But Baba Ahmed warned that ADC's current strength lies in its image as an open, consensus-friendly platform. With multiple high-profile aspirants eyeing the nomination, he said a formal convention dominated by Atiku's candidacy could fracture that balance, prompting disgruntled members to walk out. He also pointed to the expectations surrounding Peter Obi, suggesting that Obi's supporters prefer him to be a consensus candidate rather than compete in a crowded primary, a situation that could heighten tensions if he feels sidelined or outmaneuvered. Baba Ahmed said it is not the convention itself, but aftermath that poses the greatest risk, predicting that many could leave the party if Atiku wins the ticket, damaging the ADC's cohesion and electoral appeal. Meanwhile, former Deputy National Chairman of the African Democratic Congress, Jide Ojo, says he sees Peter Obi potentially leaving the ADC for another party ahead of the 2027 presidential race if Atiku gets the ticket. While no official move has been announced by Obi, the prediction adds to ongoing speculation about coalition strategies, party loyalty, and platform leverage among opposition players in a run-up to 2027. Dr. Anosike, what do you make of this? He's saying that ADC, that's Baba Ahmed, saying that ADC would be on fire. That there will be many defections, mass defections. What do you think about it?
The question is defecting to where? Because there's only two parties in Nigeria to speak, ADC and APC. So where are they defecting? Are they going to defect to APC? If they defect, they are still the problem with Nigeria. So, but the issue, both of them spoke That's their own opinions. But Baba Ahmed spoke
His opinion.
his own opinion, and the other guy also speaks it. These are their thoughts. Understand? So, that everybody is pushing theories, narrative, and so on and so forth. David Mark has said that they don't have automatic ticket for anybody. That whoever wants to contest must go to the field. Understand? And today I read that Rotimi Amechi held a very long meeting with Northern elders. So I am also in support of a presidential candidate emerging through a transparent primary. Understand? And whoever emerges, then the other one should throw their weight, their structure behind him. Because what we have now is for and against. So, assuming if Rotimi Amechi is to defect, is he going back to APC or where? If P2B is to defect, is he going back? Where is he defecting to? So my concern is, let their primary be free and fair. Let it not be mad with the issue of the person with the deepest pocket. If it's free and fair, whoever emerges, I strongly feel that others would work with the person.
But do you actually see their primary being free and fair, like you said?
It is still my mind. It is still my own opinion. Understand? So I say that I want a free, fair, transparent primary, and whoever wins, let others support him. If Obi wins, let others support him. If Atiku wins, let others support him. Even if Rotimi Amechi wins, all we need is a very popular and credible candidate.
But I won't ask you, why do you think that a consensus, having a consensus candidate would not be... Okay, yes, I know you already said that, David Mark already said that, but why would you think that... Don't you think that would be like the better option for them?
No. Candidate, it is not democracy. Understand? Consensus means everybody coming together. Understand? But we may not know the influence or the weight of those people. If there's a primary and the delegates vote for who they want, understand me? That's it is okay. Whoever wins, then others will exercise the spirit of sportsmanship. So people are saying that P2B is always scared of primary. It's just in 2019 that Labour Party adopted P2B as their presidential candidate, because every other person there was a shoe shiner. Understand me? So he has to emerge as their presidential candidate. In 2019, P2B ran as Atiku's VP. So those who are saying that he doesn't like primaries, he has not been tested before. There was no primaries in 2022. It was a collective decision, because he was the most popular, the most credible person in that party at that time. So people are saying that Atiku has all the money in the world and can buy everybody. Then whoever allows Atiku that to buy him, or whoever allows Atiku that to change his mind, is an enemy of the country. It means that the person is happy with what is happening with the situation of the country today. It means that even that the person is a mole in the ADC.
Okay, let's move on to our last conversation for tonight. The Federal High Court has affirmed the leadership committee headed by Nenadi Usman, ordering the Independent National Electoral Commission to recognize the group as the lawful leadership of the Labour Party. The judgment follows a long-running dispute over leadership control in the party, with rival factions contesting internal authority and INEC's recognition. The court held that the committee's authority is valid under the party's constitution and directed INEC to update its records accordingly. And let's quickly speak about this. I don't want to just go into the entire, because I'm sure that you know this, you know about this development. What do you make of this? Nenadi Usman has now been upheld as.
Well, the truth is that is that INEC and judiciary are playing Tinubu and the Nyesom Wike games. INEC and judiciary are playing Tinubu and the Nyesom Wike games. So Nigerians should not be deceived. Tinubu and Nyesom Wike want Atiku and Peter Obi to be separated. That's the game that is going on now. So yesterday was caught rejecting Samuel Anyanwu, the as national secretary of PDP. Nyesom, he belonged to the Nyesom Wike faction. So now the game is to make because the Toraki faction of PDP says if this judgment does not go to their favor, they will join the coalition. Understand? So the judgment was given so that they will not join the coalition. The judgment was given so that they will not join the coalition. And understand me? Mind you, but this is a court of first instance. They still have an appeal court and Supreme Court. Understand? So if they fail that to join, appeal court and Supreme Court will make them up when it's already too late. Understand me? When it is already too late, then for P2B and Nenadi Osman, well, P2B belongs to the Nenadi Osman faction of Labour Party. Understand? So, and where our next OT is too. So, and P2B has crossed over to ADC. So, the game now is, since your own faction has been recognized, you can come back. And going back to Labour Party means Atiku should run under ADC. So what happened in 2023 will not happen in 2027. Understand me? So this is a game that the judiciary and INEC is.
But let me come in here before we go, because we're almost out of time. But do you actually really, even if Nenadi is being upheld as the chairman, and even if he gets to the point of the Supreme Court, but do you think that Peter Obi would actually go back to Labour Party?
It will be stupidity on his own part. It will not show seriousness for him jumping from here to this thing there. You've taken membership card of ADC just in less than 1 month. Then dropping it and going back to take Labour Party will not make you a serious person. And again, Abure has said that he's going to appeal the judgment. And I know at the end of the day, court will give judgment in favor of Abure.
Why do you say so?
It is a game, it is a script.
Okay. Well, Dr. Nosike feels that what is happening is a script.
It is a script by INEC and the judiciary. So nobody should rejoice over what happened yesterday and what happened today. It is deliberate.
Wow. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Nosike, for being a part of the show. And thank you also to Andrew Ajayi, who joined us all the way from Port Harcourt. And that's all we have for today's episode of The Issues. We explore the challenges facing Nigeria's politics and, of course, governance. Thank you for being a part of it. Don't forget to tune in next time for more in-depth analysis and discussion. Follow us on social media to stay up to date on the latest news and insight. Until next time, stay informed. Remember that the views and opinions expressed by our analysts are solely their own and do not reflect that of VOP Media. I am Nnenna Ndamdioto, and this has been the Issues on Voice of the People television, where the future faces forward. Please don't forget to stay tuned for Hashtag with Vivian by 8 p.m. Don't go away.
Join us as we drive into the world of politics through insightful interviews with prominent political figures, both serving and former governors, ministers, senators, legislators, party chieftains, activists, and analysts. Get first-hand information into the decision-making processes that affect our daily lives. Highly engaging one-hour program that brings political discourse into focus.
I am Chukwuma Okoro.
Political Lens, Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Join us. The red carpets, awards, the razzmatazz, music, fashion, interviews, and more. Spotlight on Voice of the People television. Let's feed you with all the juicy stories in the global entertainment space, bringing you the glitz and glamour as they hot. Stay tuned to Spotlight, 1 p.m. Monday to Friday. Spotlight on VOP TV. Entertainment like never before.